I just got done watching this video by Cenk and the YoungTurks, and so I decided to follow up because it sounded a little bit suspicious. So I went and followed up on the actual video of the gentleman Neil Heslin. He's the father that was supposed to be heckled, and Cenk's lying. He is flat out lying, and I have no idea why he thinks that's okay. But I'm gonna explain this to you guys for just a moment. If you go and listen to that video on YouTube, and if you just go to YouTube and you're already on YouTube, search on Neil Heslin, Neilheslin apostrophe S, Neil Heslin's full testimony, and watch that video. It's about 15 minutes, 57 seconds long. From 0 all the way up till 13 minutes and 30 seconds, there's not a peep from anybody on the gun side. And Neil, he turns to the crowd, and I'm actually playing this for you. I know it's a little bit ghetto to do this, but what I'm going to do is actually play it and just let you see for yourself. Now, remind you, you can double check me. It's right here on YouTube, but there's nothing that happens all the way up until 13 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'll just tell you, he talks about his son, about how sad he is about the day they had together and how he's hoping to go home with him that night, and they had plans. And they told him he loved him, and then he talked all about the different kinds of guns that he doesn't like, and he thinks we should all come together and get rid of guns. And he just talks quite a bit. He just expresses everything that it seems like he might want to say, and he's actually repeated a few of his points, and clearly his speech is winding down. And so he turns to the crowd, and I'm just going to let you watch it and listen, and then you can decide if you think Cenk. What does Cenk say? He says, they were shouting Second Amendment throughout. Let the guy tell the story about his son. Watch the video. The guy told his whole story in great detail. I empathize with that man. Don't anybody assume I don't have sympathy for him. I've got 4 young kids. My heart goes out to him. I have no problems with Neil expressing anything he wants to express about guns. I have no problems with that. What I do have a problem with is Cenk lying about, bald face lie about what the people in the audience were doing. And then he says, they were shouting out in the middle of his story, lie. And then he says, have you no bounds of decency? Oh my gosh. Guys, just hold him accountable. I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna put this microphone up to it so you can just follow along with exactly what really happened, so you can see what a liar Cenk and the YoungTurks are.
I wish I ask if there's anybody in this room that can give me one reason or challenge this question. Why anybody in this room needs to have one of these assault-style weapons or military weapons or high-capacity clips. And not one person can answer that question or give me any.
6 minutes shall not be infringed.
All right.
Please, no comments while Mr. Heslin is speaking, or we'll clear the room. Mr. Heslin, please continue with it.
Anyway, we're all entitled to our own opinion, and I respect their opinions and their thoughts. But I wish they'd respect mine and give it a little bit of thought and realize that it could have been their child that was in that school that day. And I don't think of any of the massacres.
I'm going to stop it right here. And Phil, definitely go check it out for yourself. Clearly, he turns to the crowd and asks, "Should we have any of the? Can anybody give me a reason why we should have those assault weapons?" And then he waits for a second. Nobody says a word. No shouting. Never in this entire video. 13 minutes and 45 seconds is approximately when he asks that question. Not a peep. And then he says, "See, nobody can answer that question." Now, this is a public forum. This is a forum for discussion. There's a lot of people in the audience. He's not the only one there. There's 1,000 people there, or at least that's what it didn't look like it. It looked like a lot less than that. But regardless, when he says, "See, nobody can answer that question," that's an opportunity. You have to say something at that point. And if you heard that, They said, "What are our Second Amendment rights, sir? Are the right of to possess an arm shall not be infringed." Or there's like sounds like maybe 3, possibly 4 voices who just shout out the answer, and they're not screaming; they're just making themselves heard. And then he listens. The person in charge says, "Everybody be quiet, or I'll clear the room," and they're quiet. Listen to the rest of the another 2 or 3 minutes, and it's over. Not another peep. So Cenk, come on, you lied. That's propaganda, everybody, by the way. If somebody lies to you and tries to make you hate somebody or think that they're wrong or thinks that they did something that they did not do, it's propaganda, it's dishonest. And Cenk, have some integrity. I mean, grow some integrity. If you hate the gun people, then attack them based on their beliefs. Attack them based on reason. Just demonizing them to say they're shouting out Second Amendment throughout, as if they're shouting out in the middle of his story. Come on. So, Cenk, here's a challenge for you. If you're a man of honor, if you have any integrity as a journalist or whatever you might want to call yourself, as an honest person, we'll just say, then watch that video, the true video, the entire thing of where that person spoke, where everybody sat silently for 13 minutes and 30 seconds, and then they only spoke for about that 2-second period. Whenever he double asked them, he asked them clearly, and they responded, and then they were quiet for the whole rest of the time. Admit that you made a mistake, hold the people in your organization accountable, and then you can call yourself a man of some integrity. Until then, how can I believe anything you say? How can I believe all your little short little things that your little videos that you splice together? I mean, clearly you use them to deceive. So make it right, and we'll see. Thanks.